Shalom. This is Judah J, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna have a night session where you guys can come actually join the chat, and we can have some discussions about just anything that you guys would like to talk about. I was going to actually label this live some of my thoughts. So thought session from Judah J, and I'll just start right now. Let's go into it. How many fallen angels are actually walking amongst us in human flesh without our knowledge of who they are? People that you see every single day that are amongst you, that are plotting and scheming with an ulterior agenda that is not natural, that is not from God, that is contrived, that is well planned out by a whole host of other earthly beings in the spiritual realm. People that have a record of you and me, people that are closely watching us, just like Jeremiah 10:10 says, where it says that there are those that watch us and take down notes on us to see where we stand, so to speak, if we're actually serving God or if we're falling short. People watching us and monitoring our every moves. This is something I think about a lot. That's a thought. Thought. So if the government is truly on our side, then why do they never do anything that supports or protects or uplifts or pushes the people in a forward motion? Why is it that we as civilians can think of so many amazing, wonderful things our government could do for us, but our government never does anything right for us? It only seems like the things that the laws they enact and the programs that they insert inside of our daily lives, it only seems as if they're only out to hurt us. You ever think about why that is? Why is it that it seems like we have some rogue entity that is in power, putting power above us or to sort of lead us? Why does it seem like everything they do goes against our interest? Just a thought. Oh, just a thought. How close is that relationship between the rogue government and the fallen angels, which are really the deep state? So the deep state is really fallen angels that have already been here. But now they're trying to convince the people that the fallen angels are aliens coming from other parts of the galaxy in UFOs, when these so-called aliens are those that the government has been working with from the inception of this country, or even before that. Those like the 13 bloodline families, the Rothschilds, the Astors, all of these, the Carnegies, all of the Rockefellers. You know about those families already. That's nothing new. But all of these families that have always been working with these fallen angels and creating the madness behind everything that has happened in this world, all the wars and all of the just the chaos between people groups and different nations, and stirring up infighting in different rogue nations, calling nations third world nations while there's first and second world nations, when that is just another way to classify people and create a caste system, which is very it's disheartening, because it shows you the type of people that we're dealing with, people that don't have humanity, people that are completely against God's creation, also seemingly like they're not even a part of God's creation. It sort of seems like the people that are in control of the power of these different nations that govern us, they're not even human. Doesn't it seem like that to you? Doesn't it seem like we're being led by people that are not that have a natural spirit, but maybe a spoiled seed? Just a thought. In the Bible, it talks about how Esau's seed would be spoiled. Could that spoiling mean not only that they would have pride and arrogance, but maybe they were mixed with fallen angel seed. Maybe when the watchers or the whole or the angels, when they fell, maybe when they went into women and start to have children, that there is a bloodline or a seed that lasts up until today, that are actually ruling the world, that are completely against mankind, that are the enemy of God, and they are the ones that impart these laws and all of these different structures that we have to, as individuals living in this current world, have to follow, or there will be penalties for not following the edicts of these monsters. Is it possible that these are not people at all? Is it possible that these are actually those that the Bible talked about as being the enemies of God, or maybe the angels that you might be amongst unaware? Because as I've talked about in this channel before, I believe that, we can be in the midst of either holy angels, or from the Most High God, his angels, or Satan's fallen angels. And I believe that there are those walking amongst us, of course, and who knows the number of fallen angels masking as men and women and even children that are doing business and interacting with us. And they come into our lives to corrupt our lives and to lead us on a path that's away from God. And we won't know because these people look like us. They talk like us. They act like us. They mimic us, which is a mockery. But they mimic us because that's not their nature or character at all. It's not their personality at all. But they mimic mankind, and they know that because we're ignorant. I believe a lot of people are ignorant of these spiritual things, and they don't believe that these things exist. These fallen angels that come in the form of man, woman, and child, they play on our ignorance and our, pretty much, I would say, stupidity, because we don't read the word of God, and they can manipulate us and deceive us and lead us down paths and roads that we might not be able to come back from, in the form of maybe substance abuse, in the form of abusing others, in the form of hate, in the form of seeking to manipulate people for gain, or in the form of sexual promiscuity, in the form of being a thief, in the form of being a liar, in the form of being deceptive. All these different behaviors, these different attitudes, negative behaviors that we, of course, we make the decision because we have free will, or what in the Greek it says the fiat. So in the fiat, we have the ability to make a choice, free will. They play on these things. So let's imagine, here's another thought. You go outside of your house and you see someone just walking down the street, and you spark up a conversation with them. Don't know them from Adam, but that's your personality, to be someone that talks to people and tries to, be a part of the community. But this person, unaware to you, has been watching you. They have been collecting information on you. They knew when you would come outside of your house. They knew that you would even talk to them. They knew that this interaction would occur between you and them. And you come out and you speak to them, and they talk to you just like anyone else would talk to you. Hi, how you doing? Oh, what's going on with you? How's your day? Oh, what do you, whatever, however the conversation might go. And what you're thinking is that this is just a normal conversation between two people. You might be going to work, you might be going here, you might be going there. And of course, you're seeing them, so you're thinking the same thing about them. But what this person might be doing is collecting information on you, trying to get a foothold into your life in some way, like an open door that you open, and now this person can come in and infiltrate your life and completely do things which are completely just beyond reproach to you. Now, not that, see, this is what a target individual would go through, right? Not knowing who to trust, not knowing if that normal interaction, or that normal, what you quote unquote felt was a normal situation, is actually normal. Target individuals go through the most strange scenarios that you can ever imagine, right? And they keep happening, and they happen at a frequency which is just it's so unnatural that it has to be something that's contrived or an agenda, because we recognize when these things are happening because of the torment or the trauma, and it is torment because of the trauma that has occurred for so long in the variance of them, and just how detailed the different um, um, traumas are, right? Not natural. Knowing there's nothing natural about the trauma. We know that these scenarios are not real. They're not natural. They're not organic. So a target individual lives a life where they're always on edge, where they're always looking to see what someone's true intentions are, not being able to let their hair down. You always have to look and see what someone's true intentions are. You can't go into a situation just like this is you're meeting someone, this is a normal interaction, this is just two people vibing. No, you have to say, okay, what's your ulterior motive? Somewhere in the back of your mind. Now, the task of a target individuals is not to let those thoughts cloud their whole mind and judgment when it comes to choosing people that they're going to want to be in their lives. That's the biggest challenge, because you've been through so many different just crazy situations with people. That is the first thing that you would probably resort to, is being someone that cannot trust anyone. And it does. See, here's the other thing. Here's another thought. Shalom, Lauren Sweatman. Shalom, A6. Shalom. So another thing that here's another thought. Okay. So you're trying to walk in this world and be honest and open. So you don't want to isolate, is what I'm saying. You don't want to be somebody that the fallen one, which is our enemy Satan, has locked away and put in a corner, locked in a box, so to speak, where your light cannot shine, where you can't influence the people, because we are here to influence the people in the world by walking in the character and the nature of Christ, in the character of Christ, walking in his spirit. So if we are not able to shine, then the enemy has won a victory. He has won a battle. And if we stay in that darkness that he tries to put us in by isolating, then what happens is you will internalize the situation. You'll internalize the experience to a place where you create your own prison. So your own prison walls will be created based off of the trauma of the isolation that the fallen one put you in by making you feel that you could not trust anyone. And of course, when you think to yourself and you say, "Well, I'm justified not to trust anybody because of all I've gone through with people, meeting narcissists, people that have come at me one way, presented themselves one way, maybe nice, maybe caring, maybe compassionate, maybe they seemed like they had something that was very, they presented themselves in a way in which you would want to gravitate towards them, right? But then out of nowhere, they just change. They switch up their character. They're completely now angry at you, making claims that you've done this or done that. They get mad at you out of nowhere. They may lie on you, manipulate you. They may try to scheme against you. See, this is what a narcissist does. Now, what is a narcissist? Someone that is basically consumed with their own well-being to the point where no one else's well-being matters. Then they will go to any lengths in order to reach their goals or to meet their ends. And it doesn't matter what they put someone else through. It just matters that they get what they need or what they think they need. And that is the most dangerous person on the earth. One of them, that is the most, every, what I would say, sociopath has this as their personality. This is their in their personhood, is to be a narcissist, right? And these people are very dangerous, very dangerous. And they're of course, not led by the Spirit of the Most High. They're led by, of course, the spirit of our enemy. Now, thought, right? These are just thoughts. So this is, anyone else can chime in. These are just thoughts. So what's another thought? What's another thought? The whole thing with Trump is all a lie, because he is, of course, part of the deep state. If you go back to the time where that incident happened, where he boom boom whatever they did something, right? Why did they, when he was raising his hand and saying fight on? Have you ever heard of the Secret Service, when something like that happened to a public official, allow that person to continue to allow that person to make any move like that, or to keep themselves out in the open where they can be possibly hurt again? Uh, it gets kind of comical after a while, but this is the world we live in. What they would normally do is cover him, just like back in the time with Reagan, when back in, I think it was 83. If you go back and look at those videos, Reagan, when that person did that to him, right? When they tried to off him, all of them, when they heard the sound from that weapon, they covered him and got him into the car, into the limousine as fast as possible, right? Now, of course, on this channel, we even believe that something like that with Reagan was also planned. But hey, look, um, but this thing with Trump, so they let him have that scenario, situation happen to him. No one covered him. They let him do this for a number of, like, even close to a minute. Fight on, right? And just a thought. Oh yeah, and then there's videos of them, the Secret Service and the people that are in the government, actually seeing the person that was on the building trying to hurt Trump before it happened, and they did not do anything about it. So they just basically let this guy set up, while this public figure that is running for office is on the stage. They let him set up and did nothing to that person. Just a thought. So, who are actually those that are in control of the government? Are they normal, completely natural human beings? We talk about these types of things on this channel. Think about it. The way they are, the way they act, their media that we listen to every day, um, the moves they make, the things they say, the thoughts that they have to advance us, technology, AI, all these things they create, right? Where is this stuff coming from? Is this coming from a natural mind? Does this come from a natural mind like you and me? Would you ever seek to make something like an AI, let's say AI, that is that has the potential, and is not just potential but will take over all of mankind, taking us out of our jobs, uh, being that framework that people go to in order to advance themselves in this life, or to have any type of life at all? You got to go to a non-human, um, a non-human entity to get your information, to make sense and to reason with about things, because they're going to tell you and dictate. AI is going to dictate how you think about things. Your mind shaped now through AI, through something that was contrived from where? Just thoughts. Fallen angel technology, of course, because the fallen angels have been here ever since, from way back in the beginning, right? They've already been here. There's no UFOs. There's no aliens. There's no Star Trek going out into the universe to a distant planet in the stars. No, because we live in a concealed, closed dome in a firmament that you cannot penetrate. And even with their science, they talk about the Van Allen belt. So if you're talking about the realm of Star Trek, then they say there's a Van Allen belt that stops anything from penetrating our atmosphere, penetrating what is the firmament, right? So you can't leave Earth. You can't go out into the stars and in the Milky Way. How did it become milk? The Milky Way, huh? But you can't go out into the stars and go light years ahead in time. All you got to do is find the way to get out of this dome that God made to keep us here. It's out there. The possibilities of out there go far beyond man's. In my opinion, man's. It's not for man to do that. Maybe that's for some future of God's people that make it into His kingdom when they're able to explore all of God's vastness, where they're able to go out there and explore and do these things that. But it's my thought is it's not for mankind now to be able to penetrate and leave this place, right? But we know that our enemies would love to leave this place because of the judgment that the Most High God has said is going to come on Esau and his God, and his God, which is Satan, and the fallen angels. There's a judgment that is coming to them for what they have done to this earth, to what they've done to the children of Israel, which are the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. And they want out of this place. This place, this earth, is the last place that Esau and Satan, the fallen angels, want to be. So they will try to do anything now to destroy this place and get out of this place. And why would they destroy this place? Because they don't want the next ruler, which is Jacob, which is the Negro scattered to the face of the earth, to have anything. They hate. It's a hate, a passionate hate that is so strong, so beyond strong, where you can't fathom it. The hate that Satan has for God, of course, the Most High Yah. The hate he has for our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, which a lot of you call Jesus Christ. The hate that he has for the Israelites, for the Negroes scattered to the four corners of the earth. The hate that he has even for those that serve God, that are not of the children of Israel, is so vast, so uniquely evil, that he would rather destroy this whole earth with and by being and also working through his people to do so, which are those that are in the power of the bloodlines and the families. So there's not just the families, the bloodline families, Illuminati, and the secret societies. There's so much more than that. People that we have never set our eyes on, people that we don't know from Adam would never meet, right? That are spread out all throughout the world in parts on the map that don't even exist on our maps, lands that are in the world that we have never even seen or know anything about. All the things we know about, as far as in context of what I'm saying, is this Antarctica and how Antarctica is vast and it's actually a place where you can live, and they have possibly some utopia there where all the rich people go and all the people in these high positions of power, these deep state people, maybe even fallen angels, maybe they live there, right? That's all we know about that type of thing. But what I believe is that there's so many other parts of this world that we have not seen, we know nothing about, and that's where our enemies lie, right? That's where they actually go to. Maybe when they say that they die, they don't die. They may put on a presentation to us, but they don't really die, and they go off to other parts of the world that we have never seen, places that they keep and shield from our eyes, right? Just thoughts. Just thoughts. So, like I said, this is just a thought. I'm going to be doing this type of, and I'm going to be thinking of different quests, different things, but just random thoughts that come through my mind. I'm going to be making lives like this very frequently. On top of the normal videos that I make whenever I'm inspired by the Most High to make a video, I'm going to be making these little thought lives. So today was Sunday Night Live. So whatever the live video will be like Monday Night Live or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so I think this is just something that's going to be a fun thing for me. Just things I think about. Hey, they're just thoughts. I'm not saying you don't have to believe it. You don't have to agree with me. Not at all. Just my thoughts. And then I'm going to open it up. This is the first one, Sunday Night Live, JudahJTalks, thoughts, my thoughts. So this is the first one, and we'll have other ones where I will actually open it up for discussion. We'll hopefully have some people on that we can have some live interaction. That'll be fun. But I really want to get back to making videos again because I believe that the Most High is really dealing with me at this time of my life. Like I told you guys, I've made a move recently, moving away, a life change from where I used to live. And of course, you guys know also that I've run across some problems with my car. My engine is completely gone. Engine's completely dead. Um, I thought it was, a couple smaller issues with my engine. I thought it was a camshaft position sensor, a crankshaft position sensor. I thought it was the spark plugs. I thought it was the battery. So I got all those things done by the blessings that came from people like you, my subs, and other people. They helped me out to get those things. And then all of a sudden, tried to start it, crank, no start, crank, no start. Moved to this new place. Kind of far away from all the transportation. It takes a while to get places. I have to travel very far to get to my job, and even taking a ferry. I mean, so buses and ferry. And so now it's like I'm in a situation where this car is not needed just for some trivial fun thing. It's needed for me to actually be able to make it. And it's in a shop right now. And the guy's now going and looking for prices for engines, for used engines, because I can't afford nothing now because I'm a sub teacher. Been working as a sub for a long time, for a number of years, over 15 years, and we don't get paid in the summer. And so I wasn't expecting anything like this to happen. So I did put that video on. You can go check it out. It's probably my last video. I made an update on my car, and I have been asking for donations, and it would go towards getting my car out so that I can continue my life pretty much in a more of an easier manner. But right now it's very difficult. So I would say that if you guys would like to donate to this channel, it would go completely to that. It would not go to increasing the video qualities or the sound system. It would not. It would go towards me getting a new or used engine. You can go to Cash App, JudahJTalks 144, our $ JudahJTalks 144. I'm going to actually put the information if you guys are in the chat area. If you're in the chat area, I'm about to put my information up right now. So this is Cash App. 1 second here. And it would be such a blessing because I really do need it. And it's just the way it is right now. The Most High Yah will bless those that give in the kindness of their heart. Now, if you cannot give, all praise to the Most High Yah for you. I pray that you will be blessed by this message that I am giving you. I pray that the Father will bless you immensely in your life, in your finances, in your ability to reach and to mentor people in His ways, by walking in His ways, by speaking His words. And so this is just let me see. So right there, that is if you would like to donate to this cause, and the cause is, let me put this down also. Emergency engine needed, and that's the reason for it. And I hate even asking for this type of thing, but hey, we're in a situation. So other than that, I will be doing these lives, talking about just various thoughts that I have on things going on in the world, just my views on it. We'll be doing Bible study. I was actually going to do a Bible study today, but I felt like I needed to kind of look at some things and think about how I'm going to go about the Bible study, because I want to read the Bible, but then also kind of interject on the reading and sort of break down things in the way in which God has shown me through my discernment of the Word, and I kind of want to get that together before I do that type of thing. Okay, hey, I can't see right there. Hold on. Hold on. What does that say? Let's go here. Okay, I got Zelle. My Cash App got reported. I don't know Why? Oh, okay. Well, I've Asics. What's up, man? I don't. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know about Zelle. To tell you the honest truth, I never dealt with Zelle before, but you could make it a super. Um, I don't really know how Zelle works, so that's why. Or hey, there is a 1 second here. You could go also to. I have my last video. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get this thing worked out because anyone that is going to donate towards this cause, it is greatly needed, and so I have to make sure that I get the help that I need on this. So 1 second. You can also go to my GoFundMe page, and I'll give you that information now, and that gives you the option to do. I think maybe Zelle, I believe so, and PayPal, and I think there's some other. So I'll put this up in the chat as well. Let me see. Let me put this up. And once again, guys, this is for help with. Uh, um, it's bank to bank. I use your number. You use my number. Uh, Let me see. Here is my GoFundMe. So you could tap on this. Yeah, I think debit. Debit. Yeah, they have that option there. They do actually have the debit option um, um, on the GoFundMe. So if you tap that place where it says GoFundMe, and then you see the HTTP, you just tap on that, and it'll go to where it says donate, and then you'll be able to see where it says put your debit, pay with your debit, and anything that anybody get that you're giving is a blessing. And like I said before, it will go towards building up some finances to get this new engine. Anyways, thank you so much for that. And that is a blessing. Thank you. Um, I guess, see, I was getting ready to end this live, but now I'm starting to think of some other things that I would like to say. And I just want everybody to know that the world is getting ready to go to a place in which you might not be prepared to even fathom because of the different divisions that they are trying. The government, people that are in the government, the deep state, the sort of deep state, the ones that are led by the fallen angels, the ones that are the figureheads have no power. The president and all of these other elected officials all over the world have no power. They're puppets. They basically have been given um, the ultimatum, right? Either by the fallen angels, right? That pose as men. They see them as either spirits that come to them, or they come to them in the form of men and women, right? So they come to them and they say, basically, you do our will or you perish. These people that are in power, these people in these secret societies, these people that are all around us, that the figureheads that we see and know to have power, they are so beguiled by the fallen one and the pleasantries and all of the gifts and the power that they can give them, right? To operate in positions amongst us as lords, as and we look up to them and see them as so high stature, high society, high. We place them on these pedestals, making them into deities. These people that are in control of us, that are the figureheads, the puppets, they love power, and they're so greedy that they have sold themselves so out so completely, right? Where they might even know that there's a God, and they know there's a God that exists, that is the creator God, what they say. They know that he is vengeful and he's mad, and he said he's going to destroy them. But they are so beguiled and so um, uh, in that mindset of nothing else matters but the now. We're just like in let's say this, let's make this like they say in the songs of Samson. Songs of Solomon, where he says it's I think it's chapter 2, where he says they believe that they're just um, a spark and they fade away, and they're basically like children that are running throughout the world, fulfilling their every fantasy, um, respecting not the old or the young, uh, coming against the ones that would challenge their education, because even if their education, which is to manipulate, which is built on lies, this science thing, right? They come against people that would challenge their education, challenge their ways of uh, in which they guide the people, so to speak, lead the world, plot people against other people to reach their ends, destroy people, kill people, murder people. There's homelessness, and there's a method behind it. Their capitalism, uh, their their democracy, their socialism, um, their communism, all of their isms. This is their education that they have taught the world to believe in as a method of how we should look at life and view how we should interact with one another, how we should think about life, how we should to dictate what we see as important. Um, all of their education in that second chapter in the Songs of Solomon is basically saying, "Oh, you come against our education, and you claim to be the sons of God. You claim to be those that love God, and you say that we're counterfeits and we're frauds, and we're see these are all of our leaders, quote unquote. They believe that there is no life after this life is over. So if you believe that way, which is to do as you will, then nothing matters to you. You will do as you will. So you will put your foot on the neck of those that have less than you, and you will do anything you can to keep them there, because there's only one life and there's nothing else after, and there is no payment for wickedness. So also, these wicked ones believe that if they create as much evil, if they create a certain level of evil, they'll reach perfection. They will reach a state of divinity. They will reach that place that basically purges them of and absolves them from every wicked, evil thing they've done. So they have to, it's such a weird mindset. Uh, and the fallen one is actually allowing them to believe in this and to continue to believe in it and actually see that there is a benefit in believing in it by the manipulation, by the deception that he creates in their lives. Like, let's say this, if he was to show them who he was, if he was to let those spirits that they see that come to them, yes, and if you didn't know, these spirits are real, and these spirits do come to these quote unquote leaders that are in these positions of power, that are manipulating the world, deceiving the world, right? That claim to be Christians but are not Christians at all, right? Or quote unquote Christians, right? Uh, if these spirits came to them the way they really look, if they came with them with the intentions that they really have for mankind and presented themselves in their true nature, it would frighten the hell out of them to where they would turn every 1 second. 1 second, I'll answer that in a second. Lauren, I'll answer that in a second. It would frighten them to the core so much that they would turn away from everything that they had been believing in. All of the foolishness, all of the wickedness, all of the deceiving their brethren, all of the I'm not my brethren's keeper, all of the long, painstaking hours and years that they've spent tormenting people by gang stalking them and lying on them and doing evil in secret. They turn away from it in a moment. If they seen Satan, the one that they actually serve, that they think is Lucifer, the praise angel, the light bearer, if they seen him for who he really was, if they seen his fallen angels for who they really were, they would turn away from that in 1 second and turn to so quick to God that it would make your head spin. If they knew that the place that they are going to earn to be the lake of fire, if they knew that place was real, if they knew that that place was, that there was a judgment for wickedness, that there's a judgment for not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, what would happen? Just a thought. These are thoughts. Sunday Night Live, Judah J. Let me see. Let me check and see if I got that. I will be able to see that right now. Okay. Let me see. Give me guys 1 second here. Oh, nice. Thank you. Blessings to you. Shalom. Most definitely, A6. Thank you so much. Now everything that I receive here from these donations will go towards getting this engine, like everything. So whenever I'm doing a live, because whenever I'm doing any type of asking anybody for any donations, it's going to go towards me getting this engine so that I can go to work, so I can get my car. My car's not even here. My car's at the shop, and it's been there since last Friday. Or not last Friday. It's been there since like 3 days ago. And the guy's out and he's looking for different engines for me, used engines. I'm getting prices ranging from $1,200 to $3,500. I told him to get the cheapest engine that he can, and he says that they can only give you the A rating engine, and they're not going to give you any engine that's going to mess up on you. But it's based, the price is based off of the miles that are going to be on the engine. So this engine should have somewhere in the low 100,000, maybe 150,000, because that's the cheapest that you can get something like that for 1,200. So he's looking at junkyards, he's looking at different online sites to look, and he says he's found some tomorrow. I'm actually going to speak to this man again, and he's going to give me a list of the different engines. And I told him I don't have anything right now. This happened out of nowhere. I'm not in a position, so I'm going to get the cheapest one that I can and get this thing put in. And he said that, he can keep it for not that, a month, or maybe even 2, because he has to still, it's a long process to put an engine in. I'm not a car guy, even though now I'm learning about it, but I'm not a car guy. So I know putting an engine is very, takes a lot. It's time consuming. And I know that buying an engine, now I know that the prices for these engines are just out of control. So anything that you guys donate to this channel going forward will help me to be able to get this engine, because I do not get paid until sometime, and I can't tell you, it's going to be, let's just say it's over a month out, right? Coming back from summer break. I'm a substitute teacher, and we don't get paid in the summer. And so the car was a way for me to do side jobs in my car, going delivering packages, going boxes, like Amazon Flex, or doing Instacart, or doing DoorDash. That's what my car was going to be used for while I was waiting to get paid. But then when the car now is gone, this is why these donations are what I'm asking for. So you can actually, once again, I'm not going to make this video. This is not what this is for. If you guys would like to know about this type of the donation and how you can donate, I'll put this up again in the chat. But you can watch my other videos, the last videos that I put on talking about needing help for my car. But I'm not going to consume these videos for that. So I'll put this up here, and I'm going to stop talking about that, because that's not what this is for. Thank you for, once again, blessing Lauren, for you, for blessing me with this. And I'll put this up. So you guys, this is the last time I'll say this on this video. You guys can donate to help me get this used new engine, so to speak, by going to Cash App, a couple of different ways. So $, JudahJTalks 144. So you can go there. You can also go, let me see. You can also go to GoFundMe. And when you go to GoFundMe, you just push donate. You can pay through PayPal, donate through PayPal. I think they have Zelle. Yes, they do have Zelle. And there's other payment options as well that are where you can donate for the car. And once again, this is for the emergency. Let me see, emergency engine needed. Okay. All right. So yes. So thoughts. So every other day, or whenever the Most High inspires me to, I'm going to make this thing. Maybe it's going to happen every night. This is my intention, where I just have thoughts, and I have people. You guys can. I'll send you the link. You guys can come on. We can go back and forth and discuss different things. We can talk about target individual type of um, things that you're going through, or just any questions that you might have, and in which I can answer, sharing my own experience, strength, and hope. We can talk about things going on in the world, how it relates to the Bible, how it correlates to the Bible. We can talk about the Bible. We can talk about just faith. We can talk about anything you like on this on these lives that I'm going to do every night. Try to do every night, y'all willing. Um, 'Cause I think that there needs to be people that are, you know. If you have some sort of wisdom on certain topics, certain subjects, people really do need to hear, or to be able to go back and forth, and to learn things about, like, other people's perspectives on how they see the world, because they've tried to separate us. They've tried to make us afraid to interact with one another, and they've enacted things and put things in place so that we would have this level of untrust for one another. And before they take off the social media, I think that there needs to be more of a of a an active, just, I believe that we as people need to start speaking to one another more often, talking about serious things that matter in our world, and not entertainment, and all of the smoke and mirrors that they try to put up to keep us away from what's really going on. We need to have these interactions. There needs to be more lives where people just talk about how they see the world and what they're doing in order to make it through every day. Because if you don't notice, this world is very dark now, and it feels different, and things are not the same. And it's not just some rogue person saying, oh, I don't feel like things are the way they used to be. You don't. What it really is you know it's not the way it used to be. There, no generation has gone through or felt the stuff that we are feeling now. There's always been a semblance of peace in every generation. uh there's always been times in every generation where maybe some catastrophe or some event would happen, but then it'd be a long stretched out period of peace, or a semblance of peace. Or some, and it might have been, I'm not saying that there haven't been horrible events that have happened all throughout time, right? But I'm talking about the frequency of these things, these events that are occurring now, is, I believe, like any other time, unlike any time in our history. And this is like world history, where there's so much going on, one thing after the next, one thing after the next. So I believe that we have to come together as people, not saying that we can change the judgment of the Most High God, because he is judging the world for what they have done to his people, the children of Israel. He's also judging the world for sin. And he's also judging the world because he's created a certain amount of time that man would rule and make choices in the positions of power, so to speak, over this world, right? Now, that time was not always going to just last. It would be for a while, and then all of a sudden he would come and judge the world and bring his kingdom to this earth, and where he would rule with an iron fist with his children of Israel that were ruling with him, right? And ruling over the world, ruling over the Gentiles, in a perfect kingdom, the kingdom of Christ, right? That time is coming now, where his law will be the law of the world. And that's just the way it is. And that's what will be. And this whole time of this rogue rulership and leadership, those that are under the power of Satan, that's over. And we're coming to an end. It's not over yet, but it's coming to an end. And because it's coming to an end, because of this spiritual um, um, because of the spiritual sort of um, chaos that's going on right now in the spiritual realm because of the different powers that are from Most High Yah's side to Satan's side, battling each other right now in the heavens, seeking who's going to shape the way this world is going to go. Who is going to get a hold or have control of the people? Now, of course, the Most High God has already written it. Satan has already lost. His side has already lost. But now here we are in these last times, because the Most High God says that the last days shall be days unlike any other time in the history of the world. So that's why it's going to be, I believe, so amazing. That's why it is so amazingly different and feels so bad now, because we are dealing with spiritual warfare. We're dealing with spirits that are at the end of their existence, are coming to the end of their existence because of the judgment of the Most High God. So now you have to, us mere mortals have to make a decision. Are you going to serve the Most High God, or are you going to serve Satan? Now, I'm not here to tell you what you should do or who you should serve, but I know who I serve, and I know who I believe in. And my God is the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son is Yahushua Mashiach. That does not say that I'm a perfect person. That says that I just seek to be perfect, because he says, be perfect. He told us to be perfect. Now, when we have Christ with us and we're walking in his ways and carrying our cross, and when we ask for forgiveness and truly repent, he says that though your sins be as red as crimson, I shall make you as white as snow. Then you are perfect, right? Now, of course, if you sin and you're coming from a true heart of repentance, only the Most High Yah knows. Only the Most High Yah knows. It's not for me to tell you what your repentance is, the true merit and weight of your repentance. He knows. So if you do that, then I believe that you are perfect in the Most High God, because you are truly walking in him and his blood covers you. But you can't be nobody that's manipulating anybody, trying to act like you serve him when you really don't. You can't come off like that, because if you do that, then you're just lying to yourself. You're deceiving yourself, because the Most High God knows everything, knows the heart of man, knows every thought we think of, knows everything. So there's no way to manipulate. So, it's the way it is. Anyways, I got to go. Blessings to you. Um, Blessings to you. Something happened to the sound cut off my earbuds, like it ran out of battery, so I'm gonna end it right now. But blessings to you guys. I will be making videos, y'all willing, tomorrow, during the day, but also most definitely at nighttime tomorrow. It will be Monday Night Live, JudahJTalks thoughts. And like I said before, if you guys would like to join the channel and interact, I'll send out the link tomorrow. And if I forget, just let me know. I'll send out the link tomorrow and you guys can come on and we can talk and have a back and forth. And that's really the way I want it, because I want to be able to interact with you guys and, share each other's thoughts, see what you think about what's going on in the world, equate it to the Most High God, equate it to Bible prophecy. Tell me about your target individual, gang stalking stuff that's going on. How are you dealing with these things? What remedies, what tools do you have for us in this community to be able to navigate through these waters, so to speak? So that's going to be tomorrow. So it's going to be lives. I'm going to have lives. The goal is to have lives at nighttime. So today's Sunday Night Live, the first one. Tomorrow will be Monday Night Live. The next one Tuesday. So on and so on. Just thoughts, right? And so until next time, you guys know, the Most High Yah is with you, never leave you nor forsake you, serve him in spirit and truth. So until next time, you guys, Judah J out. Shalom.